Thank you once again for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at the right arm in backswing in relation to the left arm. I'm also going to cover a key position in backswing that often when I see players hit really has a good influence on their ball striking. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one and hopefully you'll find something that helps you with your game. This video was actually suggested by a viewer, and I have to apologize because I cannot find the comment anymore where the video was suggested, so do not have the name of the viewer. So if it was you, I'm sorry about that, but I hope you find this video. So the viewer's question was, when the lead arm is parallel to the ground, in a lot of good players, you see that the trail forearm is in view above that lead arm. And how could they achieve that? So first of all, let's just have a look at why that might be valuable for players. And I find that this is a position that is often a good one to reference. First of all, because it's where the left arm is parallel to the ground is a really easy one to kind of reference for players there, just from a visual standpoint. And working on that position there where that trail forearm is in view, going down the line here, you can see what a nice structure the trail arm is in. And if you've watched any of my videos about the trail arm, working well on the trail arm in backswing is really helpful for when you come into transition and get into a spot where you have a lot of room between your body and your arms, which is really good for rotation through the shot, really good for sequencing, but also club face control. So there's a lot of good things in that spot if you do a nice job that could have a good influence on your ball striking. I want to go through 3 different steps today that could help you to achieve that position. The first step would be looking at your rotations. So again, a number of videos here on the channel around how to rotate nicely in your backswing, allowing that trail shoulder to move around. And just another recap here as well, in backswing, we are replacing the forward bend that we're going to address with a nice little bit of lateral bend in the backswing to the point where we don't move into extension. So why is that vital? Why is that valuable for what we're discussing today? If I go to the position that we're discussing, where we're left lead arm parallel to the ground, and we've got the forearm nicely in view there above that lead arm, you'll notice that if I add more lead side bend, it puts the right arm more on top or more in view. And if I add more trail side bend and I work this way, you'll notice that it puts the trail arm more under. So again, working well in your rotations with your rib cage through backswing is a key, let's say, aspect to working towards that position or aspiring towards getting into that position. The second thing to keep in mind is with your rotation, where your hands are in space. So first of all, if I go into that position there again, where we see the trail forearm nicely above that lead forearm, if I go closer to my body with my hands, you'll notice now how the trail elbow starts to look lower. And if I go further away, you'll notice how I now get my words out, now start to see the trail forearm more in view. So a lot of people are more likely, just from my experience with players, to be more narrow in the backswing here and get that trail forearm low or push behind them than have that nice width that you need where your hands are further away from your chest. Also from a hands in space standpoint, if your hands move away from your body in the start, it's more likely that you're going to see this motion here where the trail arm will start to sit down below. If your hands move in, the trail arm is more likely to get pushed up. So a nice reference from a hand path standpoint from down the line is that when the lead arm is parallel to the floor, the hands are somewhat in the middle of the chest, maybe on the lead pec there. So that's a nice little reference from a hand depth standpoint to give you space for that right arm or that trail arm to sit in that position. And then third point to consider is this sequencing in backswing. So again, if there's some people out there or some viewers that have watched my videos before, sequencing the takeaway, I like to stick to the club head moves first. So the club head moves past the hands. The hands, at the point the club is parallel to the ground, the hands past the elbow. And those little checkpoints are really helpful for allowing the trail elbow to sit down and point towards that trail hip. And that from there, if we get the nice rotation, if we get the hands in a nice spot, then we're going to achieve this position here where we see just a bit of the trail forearm above that lead forearm. And again, as I said, from that position there, I feel like I have a lot of room to work through the shot and to control the club face. So from there, if you're clear on the sequence and move in the start of downswing, and you're used to that, I feel that I've given a lot of getting that trail arm, that trail elbow, I should say, in front of that trail hip. You're gonna have a lot of room there from that spot in backswing. So give those feels a go. Try and hit that position and see how that helps you with your game.